It's been a while since I took a trip on Turkish Airlines, and recently Scamtrax rewarded the flag carrier as best airline in Europe again. I tried all their seats in the past, whether on the 777, their Dreamliner or the Airbus A350, but today even I was surprised to see that the airline operates a seat that they don't advertise. So join me today on a flight from Munich all the way to Turkey's largest city, Istanbul. Our trip is starting at Europe's most award-winning airport and the second busiest in Germany after Frankfurt. Welcome to Munich International. We are flying Turkish Airlines today, and with over 7 million Turks living in Germany, traffic between those two countries is immense. While it's largely restricted to charter and holiday airlines, Turkish Airlines is probably the most comfortable option to travel there, so let's go and check in. The check-in for economy class was extremely slow, unorganized and full of annoyed people due to the crowd not moving, and at the same time I saw a sweet advertisement to upgrade to business class for just 240 euros. It made me think for a second, and then I decided to purchase an upgrade. I was also quite lucky because I got the last available seat. So all checked in, 240 euros for an upgraded bargain, so let's do this, let's go to Istanbul. With the upgrade also came lounge access, and traditionally German airports are home to some solid ones. This one wouldn't disappoint either. It offers a nice buffet, a good German breakfast, as well as all sorts of beverages, including alcoholic ones. The lounge would get very crowded though, and after having a snack I went to the gate to get a first glimpse of today's plane. But let me also tell you about the interesting relationship of Turkish Airlines and Scamtrax. So it's a well-established fact in the aviation industry that Skytrax is one of the biggest scams there's ever been, but the story or the relation between Turkish Airlines and Skytrax is quite remarkable, because back in the days Turkish Airlines would always win Best Airline in a Europe award. Then for whatever reason, I mean, another bigger scam is that Lufthansa was awarded a 5-star airline and also was announced to be the best airline in Europe by Scamtrax. And Turkish Airlines was downgraded to 3 stars, and then they pulled out of that whole relationship. They said we not allow any Skytrax audits anymore, and now miraculously, without changing really anything, they are back on top. They were just announced best airline in Europe for whatever reason. So our mission today is to gonna find out whether they are or not. Very much looking forward to the next 2.5 hours on the Airbus A330 to Istanbul. And there she is, Turkish Airlines Airbus A330-200, and this one is quite a remarkable one, but more about that a little later. At the moment, Turkish Airlines is operating roughly 50 of them, making it one of the world's biggest operator of this type. So something I definitely appreciate is the fact that Turkish Airlines is sending a wide body on an inter-European flight, which you don't get to see very often, because we all know inter-European business class is quite of a letdown. Boarding was quite a mess without any lines or boarding groups, and everyone was pushing his way to the counter, but I eventually survived and made it on board. So here we are on board Turkish Airlines secret business class they don't advertise, and I didn't know that they exist. I did a bit of research, but I couldn't find any information on them apart from the fact that this plane used to fly for LATAM in South America. So if you know more about this, please let me know in the comment section below. However, this plane features 24 forward-facing seats and looks very different from their standard Airbus A330 business class. If this was an international flight, I would say that this plane is quite outdated, but given that this was an inter-European journey, all of a sudden this becomes the greatest business class seat on the continent. So yes, well done, and thanks Turkish Airlines for bringing some class back to European business travel. A welcome drink, my beloved hot towels, and today's menu were handed out by the cabin crew, which was quite lovely on this flight. However, we spent another hour on the ground waiting for some connecting passenger, it seemed, which was a bit annoying since I have an onward connection to Delhi after this particular flight with very little room to spare. But after a little bit more than an hour, we made our way to the runway and departed on a 2.5-hour flight to Istanbul. Now, it's also a great opportunity to hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on future videos. One thing I quite enjoy by Turkish Airlines is the vast variety of in-flight entertainment options, and this flight was no different. Which airline offers the best variety of entertainment in your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below. Half an hour into the flight, breakfast was served, but also at the same time, this revealed some serious design flaws this seat has. Hence they don't advertise it. It was just impossible to eat since the table kept on dropping. I tried to fix it a couple of times, but it wasn't working at all. After some time, I simply gave up. I then just put the table into a sideways position supported by my leg. That will work for the time being. Oh, and by the way, the breakfast was pretty awesome as well, as catering always is on Turkish Airlines. My all-time favorite thing on Turkish Airlines is to enjoy a nice cup of Turkish tea, probably the best tea in the world, while enjoying the view out of the window. But I shouldn't get too comfortable because it's time for the most boring segment of the show, the infamous loo review. And here we are inside the Turkish Airlines lavatory, a place full of magic and lovely amenities. From all the stinky airline loos, Turkish Airlines is probably one of the nicer ones. Also on this flight, the toilet was in good condition and fairly clean. Let me also share a secret with you. On over 600 flights, I never pooped on a plane. Not even on Emirates first class. It's simply not for me. But if you want to know more secrets about me or behind the scenes, feel free to join my Patreon page to access a lot of extra perks such as my WhatsApp group. I took a little nap and afterwards we started our descent into Istanbul Airport. Another interesting fact, with 24 flights, Turkish Airlines is my most flown airline, followed by Qatar Airways, Sri Lankan Airlines and Ryanair. It's always great to land here though, because you get to see the most exotic airlines from all over the world, especially the old and sanctioned Iranian airlines with their Airbus A300s or 310s. Disneyland for F-geeks, how I always like to call this airport. Thank you. So guys, here we are, welcome to Istanbul. According to my AirTag, my bag made it to Istanbul as well. And I have to catch another flight now. I'll be flying Indigo on their 777, the brand new 777 that they introduced with 550 economy class seats. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to check out that video, make sure you subscribe right now as well. Do I think Turkish Airlines is the best airline in Europe? When it comes to the hard product, definitely. When it comes to the food, definitely. When it comes to crew, it's very average. When you generally look at intra-European flying, so I don't think you can compare a transatlantic flight on Lufthansa with their inter-European products, for instance. So them winning best Europe or best airline in Europe means that they have the best inter-European product. That's all it is, and that they deserve. On a long haul flight, they're pretty decent as well, to be honest, right? But yeah, scam tracks, no? Nobody understands them anyways. And it's hard to judge airlines in that way. But that is it, guys. If you want to access some extra perks, join my WhatsApp group, get Cahill keyring, or have early access to my videos, check out my Patreon page. Link is in the description box below. And I'm now off to India.